The cowboy boot was specifically designed for those that were cowboys. From the leather soles to the spur ledge, everything again was specifically designed for riding horses and working on the ranch. So what should you do if you're not riding horses, you're not working on the ranch, and these leather soles are too slippery for you or they wear out extremely fast? Now, my name's Oliver the Shoe Man. My wife and I own and run our family's 5th generation shoe repair business right outside Nashville, Tennessee. And in this video, we're going to be covering 4 different rubber soles that you could put on your cowboy boots to get a better use out of them. And so by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what sole is going to work best for your cowboy boots. Now we have these higher boots that are fairly new. I mean, he's worn them a couple times, you see from the sole, but he wanted to change it up. And we're going to be doing our cowboy mini lug recraft on this. So you'll be able to see that entire process step by step. We're also going to cover the Vibram 100, the 430, and the 700. The pros and cons of each sole, when to use them, when not to use them. But let's first start taking these beautiful boots apart. Now it always hurts me just a little bit to take apart a new or newer pair of boots, whether it be cowboy boots, work boots, dress shoes. But this is pretty much the only way that you can get a custom boot without spending thousands and thousands of dollars on a custom pair of boots. We can easily customize them to fit exactly what you need. So, because your two choices are buy boots from the factory and whatever sole they have on there is what you're stuck with, or go to a custom boot maker, spend thousands of dollars for them to build it exactly like you like, which is a great viable option if you can swing the money. We are kind of right there in the center. We can't really do much with the uppers other than like dye the leather if you want to, which really isn't an issue. But where we come in is the soles. We can change out the soles to better suit exactly what you need. So you technically have a custom pair of cowboy boots for less than what it costs to have a custom cowboy boot maker design and make you one from scratch. Now for our cowboy mini lug recraft, we put a leather sole down and then we put this on top of it and we stitch it all together. Now we could technically have used this sole, put this on top of it, glued it down, and it would have been good. We would have had to adjust the height of the heel because this is pretty thick. It throws off the balance. So that was a viable option, but the customer wanted to change the color of the welts and the heel rand as well. It's all pretty much going black. So that is the reason why we are taking everything off. Because I already know I'm going to get some comments like, why don't you just glue the midsole or glue the sole on to the original midsole, or the original, I guess it would be called a sole, not the midsole. And that is why we are doing all this work to change the color of the welts and the heel rands. We got a little bit of a padding, steel shank, and then we have pretty much the foundation of the boot. You got the footbeds and the welts. Again, we're going to be replacing these welts, so we can take this off next. This is held on with a chain stitch, so it's one thread looping in and out of itself, which normally means if we undo one of them, the rest of them will come pulling up as well. We got some black welts here. We are now stitching them on. We're making sure to follow all of the original holes that the original welts were stitched on, so that we can guarantee the size and the fit does not change. And while we're doing this, it gives us a little bit of time, because we have to hand stitch these on, to go over the Cowboy 700 recraft. Now I have a specific video designed around this whole entire sole. So after this video, if you want more information on the Cowboy 700 recraft, I highly recommend going and watching that. But essentially, it's a nice low profile rubber sole for, honestly, it's just for everyday use. Casual wear, these soles work great. They also work great on like dress boots if you want more traction. And I know some people will say dress boots should have leather. It's up to you. If you want leather on your dress boots, by all means do what you want. But the 700 sole by Virum is a fantastic sole for cowboy boots. That's actually one of our most popular recrafts for cowboy boots. We then can look at the, if you want to take it a step further, the Cowboy 430, which is the step up from the 700 as far as traction and durability goes. Now the 700 is a non-slip, oil resistant, as well as the 430, but you're going to get a little bit more traction out of the 430 than you will the 700 because of that mini lug pattern built into the sole. This is a beautiful commando sole, which commando just means it's a lug sole with recessed edges, meaning you don't see the lugs from the side. What's I'm gonna call it? Commando full sole, I guess is what you would call it. And so yes, this is gonna give you more traction than the 700, but this one will track more mud and dirt compared to the 700. So if you find yourself walking a lot of mud, dirt, and then walking inside, whether it be a client's home, your home, and you don't want to piss your wife off, then the 700 might actually be the best bet for you because it's not going to track mud and dirt like the 430. Now, if mud and dirt tracking is not an issue for you, then that is probably a good option. Now, we do this a lot for people who like to ride motorcycles in their cowboy boots and they still want to keep that nice sleek cowboy boot look. The 430 is a great option. If you want to step it up a notch, you can go ahead and do the Cowboy mini lug, which is what we're doing. It's not as aggressive as the Cowboy 100, which we'll go over in a little bit. It's a nice compromise between the 430 and the 100. So you want a little bit more traction than the 430, but you don't want to go super bulky and thick, heavy-duty lug soles like the 100. This Cowboy mini lug is actually a really great option because you're going to get really great traction. They're super durable, and you have a nice rugged lug pattern from the side that looks really cool in my opinion. Now, if you're wanting to go full like apocalyptic style, heavy duty work boots, then the Vibram 100 lug is perfect for you. We've done it on a bunch of boots, whether they're work boots, whether you're riding motorcycles in them, they really look nice. And a lot of customers like them because they do have that chunky apocalyptic look to them, and they just give a really unique look. These are going to be the heaviest sole out of the four that we're covering. But I mean, it's to be expected. It's not going to be, your lightweight like slipper sole. But the Vibram 100 soles are actually surprisingly comfortable for a lug sole. Although thick and kind of heavy, the rubber gives a lot more compared to the 700, compared to the 430. So I find personally that the 100 is going to be more comfortable compared to those. Now the mini lug sole, I believe, is made out of the same rubber compound as the 100. So it's going to have a similar feel, not exactly like the 100 because it's not as thick as the 100, but it is a nice, comfortable rubber sole. So now with the base of the boot built, you see we did leather heel rams, we dyed that black. new black welts. I replaced that foam with cork. Also did a leather shank cover to help give a little bit more support here. And then now we're getting ready to do our leather midsole. While we do the leather midsole, we could talk about the difference in the four soles as far as flexibility goes. So the Cowboy mini lug and the Cowboy 100 both require a midsole. Mini lug because it's just a half sole, so we need a base for this to sit on. And the Vibram 100, the Cowboy lug, because we can't stitch them, it's too thick. We need something that serves as a base that we could stitch to the boots before putting the 100 lug soles on. So both of those recrafts already include a leather midsole when you order it on our website. Leather midsoles are going to feel a little bit more stiff right off the bat, but as you start to wear the boots more and more, you'll find that leather softens up and becomes real flexible. If we take a closer look at the 430 versus the 700, see they're both about the same thickness, but the 430 is actually a lot more flexible compared to this 700. I know it's hard to see on the just from watching it, but the stiffness of the 700 versus the 430, this is a lot more stiffer than the 430. So the 700 is going to be more stiff right off the bat. It will again just break in as you walk more and more and become more flexible. And the 430 will be more flexible. Now that these are ready for the half soles, the mini lugs, we have to stitch one row first. Because this is a double stitch row, I like to stitch one row underneath the lug, and then the second outer row will be on top of the lug. Customer asked us to dye the waist black. We're going to be doing a black stitch on top and then a rust stitch on bottom. You'll see the rust here in the waist, and then when we have the lugs on top of it, you'll also see the rust on top of the lugs. So let us stitch our first row. Whew. First row is done. We will then glue the mini lugs and do the second row. And now, the moment of truth to see if my lines all line up. See if my lines line up. See if the pattern is centered. Make sure it all fits properly before I do our double stitch. Alrighty, now we are ready for the second row stitch. Got a little bit of water on the sole to act as a lubricant. Now we get to pray to God that it all works out. Alrighty. Looks like we made it into all of the groove, and the top looks pretty good as well. Thank you, Jesus. And after we do our new leather stacked heel bases, matching heels, we clean conditions, we finish them off with a natural edge finish. These higher boots are ready for whatever this client throws at them. They are absolute beasts now, and they are actually one of a kind. I absolutely love the way that they turned out. With those black welts, the black stitching actually looks really nice. Normally, I'm not like an all black person. Like I like some sort of color, which is I think why I like the natural edge finish. But from the top, The black goes very well with the black, and then obviously saw the mini lugs we put on there. I did put brass tacks here in the waist because this isn't a true 270-degree welt where the welt starts around the ankle bone and goes to the ankle bone. It starts a little bit further up. So I still stitched it like a 270, but I put those brass tacks in there just like they had from the manufacturer to help support that waist for the customer. And yeah, these things are gorgeous. I hope this video helped you get a better idea of what soles work best for you. Again, what I do is in the middle of buying boots from the factory and being stuck with the soles and paying thousands of dollars to get a custom boot recraft. So it's actually a really affordable way to get a really, really nice boot specifically built exactly how you want it. If you have any questions about getting this or something very similar done to your boots, feel free to text us some pictures of your boots along with a brief description of what you're looking for. From there, we can go over the options, get you an estimate, and yes, we do take mail-ins. These were mailed in. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, hit that like button. And if you want to see more cowboy boot content just like this, subscribe, and I will see you guys next week. God bless you.